Hi, in this episode, I'm going to help you get familiar with the South Indian Vedic horoscope chart. Over here, you see the 12 boxes. This one is easy to draw. Just draw this rectangle and draw a line here one, two lines, and then down, then halfway through, half lines, and then you can make this in no time. Each box here has a name. Each one is a zodiac sign. This one is called Aries, this Taurus. So let me have a bigger cursor. Oh, use this. Now this one is Aries, this one Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. In the Indian language, this one would be Mesha Rasi, Rishabha Rasi, Mithuna Rasi, Karkataka Rasi, Simha Rasi, Kanya Rasi, Tula Rasi, Vrishika Rasi, Dhanus Rasi, Kumbha Rasi, Magara Rasi, Kumbha Rasi, and Meena Rasi. The most fundamental knowledge is the knowledge of this chart, because you need to know the sign thoroughly, what each sign denotes, what each sign means, and only then should you go to the planets or the players. This is the field. You must first know the field before you get to know the players. You can compare this with the chessboard and this, the chess pieces. So understand the board very well. Take a piece of paper, draw this chart, and try to fill in the names of these signs, the 12 signs. Remember that this is the first sign. So once you know this is the first sign, if you had memorized the 12 signs, we just have to draw it like this, write it out like this, clockwise. In the South Indian way of doing the chart, it's very easy to learn astrology using this method, because in this the signs are fixed, and soon you'll be very familiar with the names. For example, if I move the cursor here, you should be able to say this is um, Gemini, this one Capricorn, this one Aries, this one Scorpio. If you wanted to tell it in your own language, it's fine. Meena Rashi, Tula Rashi, Rishabha Rashi, and so on. So get so much used to the names of the signs, so you don't have to actually memorize it. It will just come by sight. It's very important. If you have to go through several charts, and if you've been doing it for a long time, this you might be already knowing all these things. That's fine. So now the next thing that we will do here is to move on to the role of the planets, the Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Venus, all of these 9 planets. I've written these things in order. You can see it here, from here to here, the 9 planets. Of course, all of them are not really planets. It's just a way of representing them. In Sanskrit, there is no word called planets. They're always referred as grahas, the abodes. And these 9 planets are those that are involved with the human destiny. Not that the Mahirshis were not aware of Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. In fact, they had known about comets. They knew about a lot of um, you know objects in the sky other than even the 9 planets. They've named many of them. And so, moving on, I'd like to tell you the first one, the sun, is the most important one and the first. You can remember this by saying Sunday, the first. So put sun here. The owner of this sign is the sun. If you want to write it out in the Indian language, then you say it is Ravi. This sign is the most important sign because the owner of this sign, Leo or Simha, is the sun, the heart of the solar system. This is the first sign, the second, third, fourth, fifth. If you bend a human body with the head here and then bend it like this with the feet here, you will have the heart over this place. So this is the fifth house is linked to the heart, the force of life. Therefore, the pulsating object in the solar system, the sun, the source of all life. I'm using all these methods so that we will remember that this sign is actually the heart and ruled by the sun. Once you fix this, it's very easy if you know the solar system very well. Because you need to know who owns these houses over here. All these houses. This sign is owned by the sun. So the next sign is owned by Mercury. How do you remember this? Mercury is the planet that is in the first orbit. Okay? And next to Mercury comes Venus. So I put it here. And after that it is Mars. And then it is Jupiter. And then it is Saturn. This is the way the solar system is. Right in the middle, the sun. The next one in the orbit, Mercury, then Venus, then Earth, but we're not putting Earth because we are on Earth. The next one is Mars, then Jupiter, and then Saturn. I just think you have a mirror over here, and these 6 signs are reflected in the mirror over here. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they get reflected over here. That's why I use the same colors here. Whatever I put here is the same. So, but before going to that, I'd like to say, where do we place the moon? Place the moon over here. You remember this by thinking that if you had a mirror here, this could be the reflection. So sun is the source of light and moon is just reflecting the light of the sun. So put the moon over here, and once you do this, you fill out the remaining in the same way we have done it over here. Just take Mercury, the Indian name for it is Buddha, put it over here. Then Shukra over here, and Kuja or Mars over here, and then Guru or Jupiter over here, and Shani over here. So this is the simplest way to learn the lords of each sign. So now you can recall this sign is Pisces, and Pisces is owned by Jupiter. This sign is Sagittarius or Dhanus, which is owned by Jupiter. This one is Taurus, owned by Venus. If you have understood this, then we can with move on to the next video, where I will be covering the very important point in your horoscope, the ascendant. Where do I place this ascendant? Do I place it here, here, here? Where is it? So I hope to see you in the next video, where I will be dealing about this ascendant or lagna and how the placement of this is going to affect your horoscope, or what is it going to reveal. Thank you.